What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we will be hunting a $25 box of pennies, hoping to fill a few spots in our Lincoln scent albums, which we'll get into here in just a second. It's been a good long while since I've hunted a box of pennies. I'm kind of excited about getting into it. Hopefully we'll have a few finds. My last few boxes were so thin that I just didn't even post the videos, but we do have circulated pennies today, so excited to do this. It's been a good long while, so let's jump into it. So before we jump into this first roll, I did want to say if you're new to coin roll hunting, pennies is a great way to get started because a box is only $25 and most banks can spare a box. If not, they almost always are going to have some customer wrapped pennies that you can get a hold of. So it's a great way to get into coin roll hunting if you've never done it. Great way to spend like a rainy Saturday or Sunday. Of course, you'll want some albums to fill. That'll make your hunting a little bit more interesting. And this is part of my Hunt and Fill series, and we'll dig deep into these books at the end of the video. There is a little bit more equipment or things you're going to want to help your hunt along here. The first one being some sort of search list, which I have in a document embedded in the description down below. Feel free to download that. It is free to use. I keep this out, so I always have something to reference. You're going to want some sort of digital scale that goes to the 10th of a gram to 100th of a gram, because that's going to be the easy way to tell the difference between zinc and copper. And of course, you're going to want something to put all of those copper pennies in, because you're going to want to hang on to those for the long term, because a copper penny is worth more in copper weight than it is as a penny today. The last thing you're going to need is some sort of digital, or not digital, but some sort of microscope or magnification device. This is a really expensive microscope. There is a cheaper one that most coin roll hunters use. It's like 30 or 40 bucks on Amazon. And I have my Amazon affiliate links to all of this equipment in the description down below, so make sure you check that out. And with that said, let's go ahead and get into at least the first roll together. Okay, so let's pop into roll number one. We got a 1980, so we've got a copper here already on the end, and it looks like a shield cent on the other end, so we're keeping at least one penny. But let's get into this one together and hopefully find maybe a wheat penny or something interesting in this first roll. All right, well, we got a lot of good coppery looking coins in there, which is always a welcome sight. I'm just going to kind of thumb through these really quickly and see if we do have a wheat penny. There's some copper. We're going to have a lot of copper in this. There's a 72, and I'll go back and check some of these for various hunt list items like DDOs and DDRs after I go back off camera, and I'll bring you back in if we have anything. But that's a 1970, which is copper. If you're unsure, copper started in 1982, and it was a split year. Some of the 1982s are, let's see here, they are, I believe, 2.5 grams. Let me throw one on the scale here. So 2.5 to 2.6 grams for a zinc penny. And your copper pennies, like this last one here that I know is 1980, is made of copper, and they're going to weigh 3.1 to 3.2 grams. So that's how you can easily tell the difference between a zinc and a copper penny. Just drop it on a scale and that will tell you. But we didn't have any wheat pennies in here. We did have a fair amount of copper, but I'm going to go back through these and check them against my search list. And if there's anything cool in here, I'll be sure to bring you in. Other than that, I'll keep hunting through rolls, and once I do find something interesting, we'll come in and I'll tell you all about it. We're on roll number 4, and we have our first wheat penny of the hunt. We're about halfway through the roll, and we came across an obverse-facing 1952 Denver that has seen a little bit better days, so it's not going to be a book upgrade, but we'll take it. Well, we are all the way to roll number 20, and I've pulled a couple of coins that might be book upgrades. We've got a couple of 2009s, because they only did, they did 4 commemorative reverses for that one. We've got that one Wheatie that I brought you in for very early. And we've come across our next one here in roll 20. It's a 1941 Philadelphia. And it's seen better days. It's not in great shape. And I've already checked my books. It is not going to be a book filler or an upgrade, which is pretty typical for pennies in my area. So we're up here on roll number, it looks like 34. And this has just been a tough box of pennies. Since I last brought you in, I think we found 1 or 2 more 2009s. But that's pretty much, oh yeah, and I think I put a 1959 up here just because it was 1 year away from being a wheat penny. So I thought I would hang on to it and throw it up here. But we have found our third wheat penny on the box. It's taken 34 rolls, but we got there. This one's in a little bit better shape than the last one, and we are looking at a 1953 Denver. So we'll put that up on the board. Now, one thing this box has been really good at is producing some copper. I think the scale goes to like 800 grams, and we have already errored out of that. So we've got at least 800 grams of copper in there, which is quite a bit considering we still have 16 rolls to go. So we're getting through roll number 39 here, and we've come across our next wheat penny. I think it's the fourth one on the hunt. We've got ourselves a 1950 that looks pretty good on the front here. Actually, it looks pretty fantastic on the front. Let's check out the back. Got a little bit of dirt, some decent detail there. It's a nice find. We'll add it to the board. So we're on roll 53, and we've come across our next wheat penny. It's been a little few and far between in this hunt, but here we go. We've got ourselves a 1942. That looks like an S. This may actually be a book filler because I don't think I have many of the San Franciscos in that 41 through, I think it's like the 75 or 78 books. So kind of excited to check the books at the end of this because I think we might plug a hole. Now, got a little ring ding in it, but you know what? I'll take it. So we're on the very same roll, just a handful of coins later, and we've got another wheat penny. So I guess we were saving these up for the end of the box. Let's see what we have here. We've got a 1950D, and I think we might already have one of those. No, we got a 1950. So we got the P and D set. So we're getting through roll 44, and this isn't the coin I wanted to show you. I've actually already got it under the scope. We've got ourselves a 1960D with a good size die chip here in the middle of the 6. Now the penny is copper, and it's in fairly good shape. I actually think it's in pretty darn good looking shape for its age. It's definitely brown. I don't get a lot of die chip pennies, so I have no idea what something like this would be worth. I'm going to look it up on eBay, and if it does look like it's a fair amount of money, I'll bring you back in. We'll talk about it. I'll show you what I found on eBay. If it's worth just like 50 cents or $1, I'll just throw a comp up on the screen here. And if you happen to know what this would be worth, let me know in the comments down below. So we are on roll 49, and this hunt just got interesting. Not only have we just found a wheat penny, we have found the oldest wheat penny I think I've ever found coin roll hunting pennies. You can see here we've got ourselves a 1911, and it's not in great shape, but I will take this all day long. It is, I hope, going to be a book filler. I don't think I've ever found something this old. So I'm looking forward to punching this down at the end of the video. So we have finished hunting that box of pennies, and what you see in front of you is everything we pulled. And honestly, for a box of pennies, this is not a tremendous amount of finds, but I'm actually quite happy with it, considering what I've been finding in my most recent penny boxes, which honestly, it's been now a number of months since I've filmed and posted a penny video because they've been pretty bad. But the star of the show for me was this 1911 wheat penny. This is definitely the oldest wheat penny I've ever found coin roll hunting. I wish it was in better shape, but I'll be sure to put the mintages of all these up on the screen as I go through them. But very, very excited to find this. I will punch it down in the book. And of course, obviously, one day we'll have an upgrade for it. But very excited to have that. We did have a 1941 Philly. We have another book filler here. I did check. We've got a 1942S. I've got an empty hole to put that in. We did end up with a 1950 Philadelphia and Denver. Neither book fillers. We had a 53 Denver, which I find these all the time. We had a 1952 Denver. We're a little out of order there. Let's put that back. We did also have a 59 Philly and a 59 Denver. I just pulled those because it was the first year of the non-wheat penny reverse, and there is a variety where the 59 was minted with the wheat reverse on it. And if you ever find that, that's worth a small fortune. And of course, I did bring you in for this earlier in the video. We have that 1960 with a die chip inside the 6. So this is another copper cent that I will be hanging on to. And if you didn't know, the 2009 pennies came with 4 commemorative reverses. We found all 4 of them. I didn't really pay much attention to Philly or Denver because I have brand new bank-wrapped rolls of these that I have found coin roll hunting, and that I bought from the bank. And I have already found nicer coins than these, so I didn't really pay much attention to the mint marks. But we do have the early childhood, the formative years, the professional life, and the Capitol Dome. So these were also pretty low mintage. I won't put all the mintages up here, but maybe one or two of the lower of the four I'll go ahead and throw on screen here for you. So with that, I did want to go ahead and we're going to show off the books. And the most important thing I want to show you is how much copper we actually got and what that's worth. So first things first, let's have a look here at just how much copper weight we have in our cup. Now, I've already rewrapped all my pennies, so I know that I've got about $3.50 minus what I have on the table in this cup. So let's check it out together, and I'm hoping this shows up for you. We've got 2 pounds, 8.2 ounces, and keep in mind the cup weighs about 11, 12 grams. Plus, I've got all this stuff that's copper on the table that's not in the cup, so we're just going to call that a wash. I'll put this on the screen, but at today's copper price of $3.587 per pound, we've got $8.52 worth of copper in this cup for what is effectively about $3.50 in pennies. So if you're not hanging on to your copper, maybe you should. One day it may really skyrocket up there, and it's not too hard to hang on to a few pennies. So let's have a look at these books. This is the 1909 to 1940, and this book is really, really sad. I may have to back out here just a little bit. Whole first page is empty, but no longer. We will have a penny to pop down in there. Our middle page, we've only got 4 pennies we've been able to fill in from coin roll hunting. And this last page, we've got, I think, about 8 more pennies. So as you can see in all of my penny hunts, I have just not done real well on early pennies, but I'm very excited to pop down this 1911 with 101.2 million in existence. So it's not a looker, but it's a keeper. When we get in here to the 1941 to 1974 book, we are doing much better. Now, some of these coins could use some upgrades. That's okay though, but we're missing a lot less here in the 41 to what did I say this was? The 41 to 74. In this 42S, we do need that, so we're going to take the coin from our hunt, pop that down, and there's actually less of these 1942S's than there were of the 1911 at 85.6 million. Now, middle page, we're only missing 5 pennies, and you'll see from 1959 on up, at least for the most part, we've got some really, really nice BU cents that have gone in here. We need a better 1972S. But pretty much from 59 on up, we have just some real beauties. I was able to find a collection dump of many of these over my handful, or I guess many penny box hunts. And so those look great. I wish I could find pennies like that a little bit further back, but that's okay. And of course, our third book is completely full from 1975 to 2013. Now, I haven't bothered to punch down or even hang on to coins beyond 2013. I probably should get the new book and start filling that in, but you'll see here from 75 all the way to 2013D, we are full, and we've got some great pennies in here. We do have a couple upgrades, the 77D we need, the 89D, the 90D, 91. You'll see we've just got some brown versions in here rather than the nice red ones. This 82 zinc small date could probably use an upgrade, but overall, this book is more or less done. So with that, I'll end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know I did. It's been a while since I've been able to find a penny box that was actually fun to hunt and worth hunting, and I think it was all about that 1911 and that 1942S. That said, I wish I came across more varieties and double dies and those kinds of things, because that also really makes the hunt, and pennies is where your largest upswing is in value. If you can find a really good double die or a nice transitional penny, you spend a penny on it and they could be worth hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, for some of the really, really rare varieties. So pennies are always a true treasure hunt. So I do recommend it for any of you that are thinking about getting into coin roll hunting, because it's inexpensive to do and there is so much to look for. And I do recommend getting some books, because that adds to the fun, so you can get in there and start punching down these pennies as you find them. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop one down below, click that like button, and leave me a comment while you're down there. If you are new to the channel and you'd like to see more coin roll hunts from me, make sure you click on that subscribe button and then click on that little bell and select all, so you get notified each and every time I release a new video. I would like to give a special shout out to my channel members. I think we're up to 8 now, which is fantastic. I know I don't push this. I've started to push it more in my more regular videos, But if you're interested in memberships, check on down below this video, click that join button. You'll learn all about the memberships. And one of the main perks at all levels is you get to see my content a little bit before everybody else. And I also try to do a better job of responding to your comments and emails and social media pings a little bit faster. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I did. You guys take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.